Dan Pompei of The Athletic sat down with a very confident. I mean, I'm just saying, it feels like he did this.
It happened once, bro, but it's on video. We see it again and again.
It's good video.
That's how much it bothers.
Sat down with a very confident.
He loves the video of Vrabel headbutting players bleeding from the mouth. That's not performative at all. Go ahead, sorry.
He has some lofty expectations behind the scenes for a day with Bears coach Ben Johnson. Here's a quote that you're going to think was AI. You've got 31 other teams coming to training camp saying, our goal is to win the Super Bowl. I want more than that. I want to have the highest scoring offense ever, which happens to be the 2013 Denver Broncos. I know how many points per game they scored, about 38. And I want to surpass them. Also, I want shutouts. I want blowouts. Parkins, your reaction to this insane quote?
I have had half of one cigarette in my entire life, and I wanted a cigarette after reading this article.
It's oddly gross. And not because of the nicotine.
It was euphoric. I read the article, finished it, texted it to like 7 friends, and then read it again immediately.
Oh my.
It is so great. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. That is how I spent my entire train ride into the city today. It's the greatest. You have to understand, like,
Don't, Danny.
What?
Don't do the tortured Bears history offense.
I'm sorry.
4,000 yards, 50 years.
Okay,
We can't do Refrigerator Perry, Jim McMahon stuff.
Actually, it's since then, Wild. They've never been the best offense in the league in my life. 40 years. 40 years, Brew. They've never had the number 1 ranked offense in my life. They've been second twice.
It's going to be 41.
All right. You guys are mischaracterizing what he said, by the way.
Wait, they reread the whole quote.
I
want to be on your side, Danny.
Wiles made it seem like he was predicting it for this year. He said that's what he wants. It's the goal. The goal.
Well,
to one day have the best offense.
I don't know that he meant
I apologize.
one day.
Yeah.
Over the next 10 years.
That's the goal.
Or if
there's
he meant
a
it
sign
this year.
in the Bears
he didn't
facility
say it.
that says strive for greatness. Every
Danny,
win.
you don't think he's talking? If I'm like, hey, I want pizza, and you bring a pizza, I'm like, I'm talking about tonight.
Right.
I'm talking
Next
about
year.
2028.
No, I'm sorry. We can do a pro sports comparison to your guy, Wemby. Wemby says all the time on the record he wants to be the greatest player of all time. He has 0 titles and 0 MVPs. Anyone have a problem with it? He's not talking about next year. He's saying
Greatest player of all
that's what
time
Wemby
is
says.
not even the equivalent of what he said.
I think
Wait a minute.
I think that's. I want to have the highest scoring offense ever. I do think it's. I
And
understand
he
the argument
Wemby.
he's making that it is the eventually supplant the Broncos. I didn't read it that way, but I at least think it's plausible.
It's plausible.
Someone far better at what he does, and Ben Johnson is very good at what he does.
Maybe the best.
It's way too early to say that.
It's not.
But he ain't LeBron James. And the last time when LeBron went to Miami, he said something like this. Not 1, not 2, not 3. How'd that work out?
I mean, they won 2.
But they didn't. He still gets ridiculed for that statement. And
I would be thrilled if Ben Johnson's tenure was akin to LeBron's tenure in
did
Miami.
that, but that's my point. He's not LeBron. He's not the LeBron James of coaching.
He might be the LeBron James of play calling.
Why?
Okay. The Bears
evidence.
last year.
They were the ninth best offense in the league.
9th in points, 6th in yards. Right? His first year with the Bears that were a terrible team the year before with year 2 Caleb Williams. If anyone has it, can we maybe pull up over a 3-year sample every year that Ben Johnson was the play caller? First in points. They were the best. He expects to be the best.
The Lions still had a better offense without Ben Johnson.
They have better personnel.
The players got a little bit of that credit, right?
Ben Johnson's whole thing, good, better, best. Never let it rest until your good gets better and your better gets best. He is striving to be the best. the greatest of all time. That's the goal. That's his mantra. That's who he is. There's a strive for greatness sign for the players as they walk into the Bears facility. That's the whole thing. He wants them to be the best.
Look, I like his energy and intensity. I think that is great for the players and all that. So I think he's changing the culture there and already changed it, no doubt. But this quote is disrespectful to the rest of the league.
Good.
The Super Bowl's not good enough. That's what he said. I want more than the Super Bowl. I want to shut teams out, be the best team ever. This is not high school football where you have way more talent than all the other teams. There are teams more talented than them, and he's talking about shutting them out, blowing them out, and all that. I'm just saying it better work, because if it doesn't work, then he's going to look like he doesn't understand what it takes to win at this level.
So I have a question for Danny, and then I want to ask you a question maybe, if that's okay. The question for Danny is, do you think he needed to say this to Dan Pompei? I think it's one thing to have this be internal,
right.
Like, guys, we're building towards it, and I believe one day, some people in this room, we're going to be the greatest offensive,
Sure.
Everything that he said, if it was part of, because they talk about how he spends a lot of time putting together his speeches and his PowerPoints, whatever it is. Yeah. If that was private, now obviously then we wouldn't know about it. That's one thing. I don't see, and I'm curious, what the value you think there is from sharing it with the reporter for The Athletic.
I don't think Ben Johnson is scared of a target being on his back. He said F the Packers. We don't like them. Blew off Matt LaFleur at halftime, and then they went out and beat him in the playoffs. Like, he's like, good, bring it on. He talks the talk and walks the walk.
No, but so, hold on. But you might say there's not a lot of downside to it, but is there any benefit? There's probably not a benefit, right?
I mean, listen, I can tell you that his players love him.
I buy that, but I don't.
And this is part of it.
But I don't think they love him because of stories they read in The Athletic. I think they love him because of what he says in the locker room, which is my only where I disagree with KW. I think is this was the question I was going to ask you. Do you think Ben Johnson has been a good NFL head coach?
Yeah, I think if in year one you make the playoffs, you did a good job.
Right. Made the playoffs, won the division, got the 2 seed, I think that up to this point, he has, from a results stance, an excellent coordinating and coaching resume.
Yes.
He was the hot coordinator candidate year over year. Those teams were consistently excellent on offense. Mm-hmm. Now, if we want to ding him a bit because it didn't fall off without him, I actually like that more than you like that historically. But yeah, I like that. Okay, well, maybe that team was a little more self-sustaining than we gave it credit for.
Acid.
It's to a degree.
Weigh in a little bit.
Yeah, and so that's fair. But did a really good job of Chicago his first year. So I think he is objectively. You go a little far with might already be the best. I think he has high upside. I think he's very good. I think the biggest weakness he has, though, was on display in Detroit and is on display in this article, and it's the hubris and the need to scratch his own ego of, guys, I'm a big star. And historically in the NFL, that is not always the MO of coaches. Now, the modern quarterback whisperer coach, Shanahan, has a bit of that. I think McVay has a lot of that.
Yes.
Actually. I think McVay, he doesn't rip his shirt off, but he does a lot of look at me performative stuff. But he's been so excellent. He's won. You know what I mean? Everybody acknowledges that he's great, so nobody cares. I just think I am not surprised at all that a guy who, as arrogantly as you can call an NFL game, called games for the Lions. They ran more trick plays than the rest of the league combined.
Yep.
That he would say things like this. I am surprised at the level of almost dismay you have for it, because this is who he's always shown us who he is. He thinks he's great. He thinks he's great, he thinks he's going to be great, and he doesn't mind telling you he's going to be great, and that's who he was in Detroit.
I think the truly great coaches who have Super Bowls and pelts on the wall wouldn't say something like this. The closest we get to it was Sean Payton. Last year,
stuff like this.
You know what? Sean Payton said this team could win the Super Bowl, and we were like, what? Bo Nix and the Broncos? And all of a sudden, they were, a broken ankle away from playing the Patriots.
Close. We almost got him there.
The issue I had was it's not like the Rams. If the Rams said this, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, Stafford threw a bunch of, or if Andy Reid's, if you guys had a huge acquisition, you got Justin Jefferson somehow, and Andy Reid said that, I'd be like, oh, wow, but you have some track record. Here's the two teams that were top 10 offense, bottom 10 defense. The guy is the coach of the entire team.
Yep.
So I think that I just wouldn't be advertising how focused I am on offense, and then with a little chaser being like, and by the way, I would like a shutout too. Two teams were top 10 offense, bottom 10 defense. It's the Bears and the Cowboys.
I do think the thing that's most unlikely about what he said is that he wants a bunch of shutouts. Like, I don't know that the defense is ready for a ton of shutouts. He did say in the article he wants to be more involved in the special teams and the defense.
Well, that's great.
He feels like he doesn't get a lot of questions
That's
about
good.
it.
He is the coach of the entire team.
But he also called himself out for how he called the Rams game and said that he went over every key third down, fourth down, field goal, like situational play call from last year, and said that he went into that Bears-Rams game thinking it was going to be a shootout. He should have kicked the field goal in the first quarter after the Dunze drop, was mad at himself for it, didn't take in the... So, like, he was accountable. He called out Caleb Williams in the article. He called out Colston Loveland for getting knocked off a route in an article. He does a lot of things that we, generally speaking, like from coaches, and there is a big... I mean, it's certainly a huge part of the mental health community, but like positive mental talk, manifestation, like speak it into existence.
Yeah.
He believes it. He believes it.
But there's a lot of that without, this is, I know this is going to sound crazy, but this is something, this is another thing I've stolen or I've learned from you, KW, this line. I know I'm right. I know my opinion is the right one.
I don't know if I say that.
I know you say it all the time, usually off the air when something goes wrong and you want to do it.
That is true.
I'm never wrong. I know I'm right. I know my opinion on Ben Johnson is, and Brew might share it, but I know you're a little wrong and I know you're a little wrong. He is objectively a very good coach and objectively a brilliant offensive mind. He also is over the top arrogant, and that could be his biggest weakness. Like, I know that is the right Ben Johnson take, and he has never shied away from any of that, and has always been very brazen about it from when he was a play caller for the Lions 4 years ago.
Well, to that point, Danny, he believes in himself, and he thinks Caleb, will be a superstar. But do you think they even have the personnel to
Danny thinks
have
this
the
is
great
about
coach?
2029.
I mean,
I think they're building it.
You had Mahomes, maybe, the second greatest quarterback ever. Tyreek Hill, a Hall of Fame receiver. Travis Kelce, the best tight end ever, arguably. And Andy Reid, a great offensive mind, and they never averaged 38 points a game.
Well, no team ever. Yeah, I mean, the no team
or
ever.
37
yeah.
even.
You guys haven't seen Luther Burden and Colston Loveland this year in a Ben Johnson system. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
This is exciting, though. It's great for content. So I appreciate
It's great for content.
It's cool.
a lot of people say statistics are only for dorks who wear pocket protectors and manage hedge funds and live in mansions with miniature waterfalls and outdoor pizza ovens. Actually seems pretty sweet when I think about it. It's not true. Stats can be cool too. Here is our first edition of Cool Stats for the 2026 NFL season.
Indeed it is. Wow.
You thought I was going to lose the briefcase and the gloves.
No, the gloves
we
still
lost
take
neither.
slightly too long.
It's all right. You know what else is cool?
What?
You asked. Outliers. Wrote a book about it.
That still works.
DJ Moore is going to have a big year. Last year was an outlier.
No, it wasn't.
It absolutely was.
No, it wasn't.
His 17-game average over the first 7 years of his career, 83 catches, 1,100 yards. Last year, in the great Ben Johnson's offense, he had only 50 catches for 680 yards. But if you watched it, there was a perfect explanation for
What was it?
Okay, I'll tell you. They wanted Colston Loveland and Luther Burden to get worked into the system, who they were drafted. They knew that DJ Moore was coming up on a huge cap hit, and he wasn't going to be on the team in the future. Caleb and Roma Dunze came into the league together, so he got more targets. DJ Moore played in 17 games, but he had 55 fewer targets from 1 year to the next year.
Also, when Caleb threw it at his feet, and you're like,
Well, no, he had 98 catches with Caleb in a Shane Waldron offense when Caleb was a rookie. DJ Moore has produced with Teddy Bridgewater and Kyle Anderson and Justin Fields. He will produce.
Young DJ Moore.
He will produce. He's 28 years old. He will produce as the #1 weapon with Josh Allen in Buffalo.
So 3 of the last 4 years, he's under 1,000 yards.
I mean, he had
Correct.
98 catches 2 years ago. But yeah,
If he had 98,
for 988 yards.
okay, so that means 2 years ago, not only was he under 1,000 yards, he was also very low yards per catch.
On a Matt Eberflus team, yeah.
But on the Matt Eberflus team, he had a monster year the year before when Justin Fields was throwing the ball to him. I think the guy, and you said he's 28. I thought he was 29, but
He might be turning 29, but yeah. whatever. He's right- he's
I
right
don't
there.
think he is still an elite player. I don't think that last year was an outlier. I think that he was, in his first 5 years in the league, 5 years in the league, he was totally independent of quality of quarterback play. He's in Carolina putting up monster years. And then his final year in Carolina and 2 of his 3 years with the Bears, he's been under 1,000 yards. Like, I am nervous about the impact he will have if I'm a Bills fan in Buffalo. I don't think he is the player that he was when the Bears traded for him.
Danny, I actually agree with you. I think you're right. I think he's in for a big year. So I know you got to get to the second.
No, yeah, I mean, because you want to know what else is cool.
yes, please.
3 Musketeers.
Wait,
The three Musketeers.
The candy or the people?
Well, like 3 of them. Like, you know, the 3 amigos we could have done.
I got you.
Yeah. Like a big 3 trios.
Oh.
All things that are cool.
D'Artagnan.
We're underrating the Bengals is the point. Here's why we're underrating the Bengals, Brew. Their 3 highest paid players are Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins.
Okay.
When they play, they're 12-6 and score 29 a game. When just one of them misses time, they're 3-13, scoring 22 points a game. They've invested in the big 3. I know we can't predict injuries, but if they're healthy, they're going to score a ton of points and win 2/3 of their games. Do you guys think we are underrating the Bengals, Mr. Chris Broussard? Because right now all 3 are healthy.
I do like the Bengals. I may pick them to make the playoffs. I got Baltimore winning that division, but
Oh, it's not predictions week yet. We don't know.
Pencil, not pencil.
and they did add to their defense. They got a couple Super Bowl guys, Mafe from Seattle, Cook from the Chiefs, a couple other Jonathan Allen, like obviously Dexter Lawrence. Like they added some good defensive players, kind of like Dallas. I don't like their defense as much as I think I like Dallas's. But they should be improved on that side of the ball. If Burrow's healthy, they should be in the playoff hunt and really have a great chance to make it. So I'm with you on that.
Their win total is set a big number.
Yeah.
It's at 10.5. That's not underrated. To me, that's a little overrated. I don't know what the Bengals have done to deserve where they could win 10 games and not hit their over. I personally would be stunned to see the Bengals win more than 10 games. And I'm basing that off the crazy history of, in Joe Burrow's entire career, they've won more than 10 games one time. Like the Bengals are, he's been in the league 6 years. They've missed the playoffs 4 of them. They've, as I just mentioned, they've won double-digit games twice and more than 10 games just once. I think the Bengals are not only not underrated, I think Vegas has them a touch overrated.
Wow. They're a 9-win team?
I mean, that's what historically, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Preview of predictions.
Everybody's healthy. What else is cool, Danny?
I'm glad you
was
asked.
healthy 2 years ago, and they won 9-8, and Joe Burrow almost won MVP.
Nick, I got to tell you what else is cool. Perfect attendance.
Oh.
The boss likes perfect attendance. A little off camera. If Kyler Murray plays in every game,
Yeah, I like that.
the Vikings are going to be good and make the playoffs.
Love it.
It's very simple. Kevin O'Connell has been the coach of the Vikings for 4 years. In the 2 years where he's had one starter for the whole year, whether it was Sam Darnold or Kirk Cousins, their record's a no big deal, 27,
I love this.
In the 2 years where, because of injury or poor play, they've had to start, Max Brosmer and Carson Wentz and Dobbs and Hall and McCarthy and Cousins and all that, they go 16-18. So it's a pretty simple question. Can Kyler Murray, who, yes, has had injury questions, no doubt about it, but if Kyler Murray can just play all year, Kevin O'Connell's going to get them at least league average quarterback play, and they'll win a ton of games. As a floor.
Oh, floor league average.
As a floor, because then with their defense and their coaching.
Would be league average. He would kill for it. Last year he was healthy, and then coach on the hot seat was like, "We're going with Jacoby Brissett."
Well, that was a contract.
No,
wasn't that an insurance?
I do not believe that to be the case.
They played better under Brissett.
They played better with Brissett. And by the way, also Kyler has shown no ability to play all 17 games.
Well, that's the thing. I think once in the last 4 years he's played all 17.
Yeah.
Yeah. And look, if he plays every
game,
game, even beyond the health, if he plays every game, that means he's playing well. Because I think if he's struggling, they're going to go to McCarthy.
How about
unless
this?
He just looks horrible.
No, they're not. I think that.
I mean, if they're struggling as a team and Murray's not playing well, you don't think they throw J.J.
Here's
McCarthy
the thing.
in there?
They were bad last year, right?
They were bad offensively.
They were
They
9
were
and
excellent
8.
defense.
That's the thing.
He only can he flip 2 games?
They are.
When Brosmer won 1 game when he threw for 51 yards against the Lions, and if he wins the other game, okay, 10 and 7.
Accurate.
Win one of the Brosmer
dual
games.
threat.
Yeah, I don't think they're guaranteed to get the same defensive performance they got last year.
Brian Flores' defense always good.
Okay. I'll take the under on the Vikings being a 10-win team as well.
I'm going to hammer predictions week, August 31st.
Welcome back to the OT. Joining us now is one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL, who also once upon a time was one of the best weekly interviews on local radio in the NFL with a certain host who looks like me. 2-time Pro Bowler for the Chicago Bears, Jaylon Johnson. He's got an awesome charity initiative in his hometown of Fresno, California that we will get to in just a little bit. But Jaylon with us now on the OT. What's up, Jaylon? It's been a minute, man. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you as well. Now, I love your coach, Ben Johnson. He's just the right amount of crazy. Have you seen his quotes today in The Athletic to Dan Pompei?
No, I haven't.
I'm going to read it to you. He says, "I want to have the highest scoring offense ever, which happens to be the 2013 Broncos. I know how many points per game they scored, and I want to surpass them. I want shutouts. I want blowouts." He also said he wants the longest win streak in NFL history, which is 21 games. That sound like your coach to you?
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because that makes sense of why Cam's been the way that it is. So I can definitely tell that's his goal, especially on the offensive side, to put up a lot of points. The things they've been doing on that side of the ball has really only gone up, and they just continue to set new limits for themselves. So I'm definitely curious to see what it's going to look like this year.
Tell me more. What has it looked like in training camp?
It's crazy because normally, like in camp, you think you would just work like your install and you're not really scouting too much. But it's like he's scouting me, he's scouting the defensive tendencies, and he's giving us double moves. If you jump around here, if you're covering this route now, he's going to manipulate it and make it look like this and to give you something different. It's just like he's almost treating it like a game, which is how you want to go about camp. But it's like, dang, just work on your basic installs. But he's instead attacking the defense. But that makes us better too. So for us, it's really just being able to go against one of the best offenses, if not the best offense in football, and that's going to help us raise our game on defense.
I mean, you've been around the block for a bit, both with being in camp with the Bears, when normally, frankly, like the defense is ahead of the offense. You've obviously played against great offenses. Like, how good can this offense be?
I think the sky's the limit. I don't think there's any weaknesses. I think to the point of being around a long time, there's been plenty of times where it's okay, we have a good run game, but our pass game hasn't been too good, or vice versa, and our O-line may not be the strongest, but we have good weapons on the outside. Now, there's not any gap in our offense. There's not any weaknesses that we have. I think for them, they're really the only thing that can stop them is them. I think Caleb is going to be electrifying. I know we've seen a glimpse of what he can do last year, but this year I feel like it's only going to be better. I think he'll be more accurate. He'll be more confident in just running the show. And then, of course, Superman stuff's going to take over whenever that time comes. But I think he's going to be better. I think Ben is going to be better in his first time being a head coach and running a team, not just offense, but I think just all of that all together collectively. And then our weapons on the outside, I think Colson Loveland's going to have a really big year, and I think our receiving core is going to really produce.
I promise I will ask you about the defense. One more thing on the offense.
Nah, you good.
I know you want to talk about your defense, but you were quoted a little bit ago saying, like, Caleb's the best quarterback you've had since Nick Foles. And, I love Nick, but I got to be honest. Like, I'm thinking Mahomes, I'm thinking Rodgers. Like, I'm thinking maybe.
Yeah, sure.
I was like, can we maybe raise the bar a little bit here? Talk to me about
my point.
Okay, because you want to see it hasn't been great in Chicago. What should we expect this year from him specifically? Like, how is Caleb different this time in training camp compared to this last year in training camp?
I would say consistency. I think that's been the biggest thing I would say everybody has been looking for, and just playing the QB role. And I even told him in Boston some days ago, like, I'm picking up what you're putting down. He's definitely been putting the ball in really good spots. He's been throwing the ball in tight windows. A lot of young quarterbacks come in and feel like guys aren't open, but I think now he's throwing guys open. For those who've seen the clips, I'm sure of him putting the ball in tight windows with Colston Loveland, and Colston Loveland making some good catches. And then even just on the outside, he's just putting the ball where they need to be with better timing. So I definitely think he's throwing the ball a lot more confident. They're on the same page when it comes to timing and spacing.
So Kobe Bryant has the injury out till maybe the playoffs. Kyler Gordon is still injured now, but you're back, which is obviously massive. Tell me it's going to be okay, or should I be worried about the secondary?
I'm going to tell you it's going to be okay. I know it's not going to be as strong as we want it to be, of course, losing Kobe with things. I mean, I talked to him, and nobody expected it to be worse than what it was. So I think really just going in and just picking up the slack wherever that can be, and then guys coming back from injury. We all have a collective to put in and to add to this defense. We know guys are out, but we just got to do what we can. And I know for us, we have the guys to do it and still play at the highest level.
Do you take it as a like? Because I got to be honest, like, I've been trying to remind people, like, the Bears are getting back a number one corner. But I feel like it's almost been your absence last year, and then when you played, you also weren't 100%. I feel like your absence has maybe been overlooked. Are you taking that personally and out to prove something this year?
I want to say, yeah. I think more so I'm just trying to prove to myself, because, I mean, everybody was going to have something to say when I was healthy and playing. There was still doubt. So, I mean, it's not like doubt's not going to creep in at any given point. But I think for myself, it's just going out there and being who I proved myself to be in this league. I mean, I've been All-Pro, I've been Pro Bowl. So, I mean, for me, it's just getting back to that level and caliber of play. I mean, even going up from there, I know I haven't had a season where I've had more than 4 interceptions. So I think for me, it's just keep showing people why I am who I am. And I think more interceptions will do that. And I think some more accolades and winning and being a top 10 defense will definitely prove to people that I am who I say I am.
All right, so we used to do this on the radio. I would go through the schedule and I'd be like, oh, you got this guy coming up on the schedule. Which receiver do you have circled this year? The schedule is littered with true number ones.
I was about to say, I got to see who you put up there. I would probably say JSN. He's somebody I haven't went against in a few years. He wasn't who he was last time we played. And then I would probably say DJ with Buffalo. I would say those two are probably some different matchups that I want to have. I mean, I played Justin all the time. I played Amon-Ra St. Brown all the time. I played A.J. Brown quite a few times. Garrett Wilson, I would say that he's pretty good in business, and I haven't played him since he was younger.
What's DJ got in store? I got to imagine you guys might have a little trash talk on the side when DJ shows up.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think just competition. I think he's always been a good dynamic player. And I've definitely been seeing a lot of the highlights and connection he's been building with Josh up there. So I think that'll be good competition, good back and forth between us. I mean, we're clearly familiar with one another. So I think that'll just be a fun matchup. I haven't played a former teammate like that. So I think that'll be fun.
What is a realistic goal for the team? Offense, defense, but the team. I know everyone's going to say it's the Super Bowl, but, like, how are you guys approaching this upcoming season?
I mean, the Super Bowl, I think that's why we all play the game. We don't play the game to just win a certain amount of games. I think at the end of the day, we all want to win and be the last team standing. So, I mean, for us, that's what we're being almost conditioned and programmed for throughout the offseason, throughout this camp, is just to be the last team standing. So the way we go about our preparation, the way we go about our work and our business is to be the last team standing, to be able to do hard things the longest, and hopefully that'll show at the end of the year.
Well, that's all what Bears fans are rooting for, but you're giving back to your hometown at Robinson Elementary in Fresno.
No doubt.
I've talked to you about your hometown and what it means to you on the radio back in the day. You're partnering with Reebok. You're giving away, I think it's 141 pairs of sneakers. Tell people about the initiative, but also like why it matters so much to you to give back to Fresno.
Yeah, so one of my other nonprofits that I have is called Rare Breed. And we really do a lot of mentorships back in Fresno, California. We do mentorships at different in need elementary schools in Fresno, California. And then we really just wanted to figure out ways to just help those kids that need a little help, need a little assistance, need a little extra push. So I was able to get with some teachers and admin over there at Robinson Elementary School and find out what was going on. They had summer school and they had a lot of kids some of the troubled kids that were there. So I was like, hey, let's give them some encouragement. Let's give them a way to show them that we're supporting them. And we came up with shoes. So Reebok blessed us with 100 plus shoes. So we were able to really just help give those kids something to look forward to and know that they're not in it by themselves. So I just was really blessed and fortunate to be able to get the backing to do that, and everything fell in place for those kids.
Well, that's awesome, Jaylon. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Good luck.
No doubt.
Stay healthy this year, and we'll talk to you again soon, man. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Danny. I'll talk to you soon.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.